And the mum was like, well, why do you say that? And Abraham said, because that's what your son is. That's how your son's living right now. How have all his other relationships turned out? And the mum was like, oh shit, you're right. His relationships haven't worked out. That's exactly how they've turned out. And Abraham's like, that's right, because your son has to do some healing. He should not be meeting a mate right now because he has to work on himself. And so I thought that was really cool as well. The Reptile Slayer, what's up, brother? Don't think I'm a brother, but what's up? Chris, but be the perfect weapon, looks and education. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Oh, Kelly, I appreciate you. I manifested you as well. I'm so grateful that you joined me because you teach the same stuff. So it's really cool and inspiring to me. And I feel so grateful that you come to my lives. I'm really grateful for that. So thank you. I look like Gwen Stefani, really? That's awesome. Thank you, AR. And guys, if you wouldn't mind just tapping my screen and giving me some likes, I'd really appreciate the support. Thank you. And thank you, King Goku, for the gifts. I really appreciate that. Sorry, I'm scrolling up to the comments. Thank you, Zor, for the rose. Thank you. Hi, Milton. Hey, Newton. How's it going? You love blonde. Nice. Kelly said, everything that happens to us happens between our ears. Yes, in our mind. Absolutely. For sure. Gamfat, I've always wanted to meet and enchant you. Oh, thank you, Gamfat. Hey, Frank in the house. How you doing, Frank? How are you doing, Rod? How have you been going? It's been a very long time since we've spoken. King Goku, I used to always blame my father for the poor lifestyle I used to have, but I changed my mindset. I'm so proud of you, King Goku. I'm really, really proud of you. And if you can step outside of that and go, my father did the best he could with the resources he had, because obviously your dad came from a lifestyle that was similar to what you grew up in. So if you understand that our parents don't have all the answers, right? They do the best they can. They're also just human beings like us. And if it's not your parents, it's your caretakers. I know everyone's situation's different. That they're actually, we grow up thinking that they have all the answers and they're always right. And the way everything they tell us is true. And then you get older and you're like, actually, that's not true. That's actually not right. Some stuff, of course, but they're doing the best they could with the resources they had. So if you're able to recognize that something wasn't right and instead of blaming, just accept that, okay, that's how they were raised. That's kind of what, even if it's not acceptable and it kind of caused you trauma, work through the trauma, and accept that, okay, they may not have worked through their trauma, but I have the resources to work through mine, and change that mindset around. And it can turn your life around completely. Hi, Shadows. How's it going? Thanks, Gokan. Rod, what's up, brother, is a popular greeting now. Is it? Where have I been? I've never had a man call me brother before. That's a new one. Okay, I'm going back through the comments. Striker, my son is kind of like that, and it's sad, but that's great advice. Thank you, Striker. I appreciate that. And the way that you can support your son is to motivate him and be like, hey, what is it in a partner that you look for? Because if that's what you look for in a partner, how are you showing up like that? You have to show up the way that you want your partner to show up. Because it's interesting, because a lot of people be like, oh, I want my partner to provide, and I want my partner to look like this, and I want my partner to do this and that and do this and that. And it's like, well, what are you doing? Because it's unfair to put all that pressure. Yeah, the best advice to give to your son is well, if you want a partner to show up for you in a certain way, you also need to show up in that way. You have to do the work, because I feel like the most unattractive thing for someone to get into a relationship with is someone that's unmotivated and is relying on the other person to change them, right? Relying on the unconsciously, relying on the other person to turn their life around, and that's not their job, you know. And I send your son so much love and healing, and I hope that he finds his way, and I'm sure he will. Thank you, Seema Steve. Nicole Kidman, I get that a lot. I get Nicole Kidman and Margot Robbie all the time, and I'll take it because they're awesome. Hey, Robert, how's it going? Oh, there's two Roberts. There's Robert Shimokawa. Hello. How's it going? Kelly, I was on 3rd Street in LA when I first heard about Abraham Hicks. I know exactly who I was with. That's awesome. Gotta love 3rd Street too. That's awesome. Nikki, how are you? Oh my gosh. How's it going? And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Haven't seen you in a minute, girl. Well, then again, I haven't been on here in a while, so that's why. But what's been going on? Hey, Octavio, how's it going? Oh, thank you, TV Music 80s. Someone just told me they're going to drop a deuce. Thanks for the TMI. No one cares. Frank, yay, I'm good. Missed you lots and lots. Oh, thank you, Frank. I missed you too. Hi, Robert from Tokyo, Japan. I still need to go there. How you doing, Darren? Zor, I try not to beat myself from spiraling and other things. Don't lose confidence. I'm not perfect. Well, that's the thing, Zor. We need to let go of the concept of perfection. Perfection doesn't exist, okay? So let's all just get perfection out of our mind. There's no such thing. So if you're living in a world where please don't pay attention to my ratchet nails right now. But if you're living in a world you think everything and everybody has to be perfect, you're setting yourself up for a world that doesn't exist, right? Because there is no such thing. If you can just strive to be the best person that you can be and a good person and just lean into what you're good at and what you love to do and be good to other people and follow that path, then you're living your truest purpose. And that is perfection in its own way, right? But the idea that someone or something is perfect, it doesn't exist. You know, I guess perfect, it's a perspective thing. So if you're doing a job and that is a perfect job for you, great. Then you can use the word perfect. But to say, I'm not perfect or that person's not perfect, well, no one is, right? There is no such thing. It does not exist. We are all just a work of art